What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy. And as we're going through the first round of OTAs, we're getting our first glimpse into who is working out for their teams. So let's react to that to begin preparing for the 2023 season. Up today, Denver Broncos running back Javonte Williams. You'll remember Williams' 2022 season was cut short after just 4 games following a significant injury. An MRI confirmed Williams suffered a torn ACL, a torn LCL, and a torn PLC. He was subsequently lost for the rest of the 2022 season. A torn ACL alone usually means a recovery time of around 9 months, which of course can fluctuate. The additional tears only add to the expected length of the rehab. But the first sign of optimism surfaced from OTAs when it was reported that Williams was participating on a limited basis, 7 months into the recovery timeline. A huge development as he works his way back to the field. The early expectation at this point is that Williams will not go on the PUP list to begin training camp in a couple months. The question, of course, is how confidently can we draft Javonte Williams in 2023 redraft? Expectations for the 23-year-old back are regularly going to be high as long as he's coming into the season healthy, evidenced by his 2022 ADP when you had to draft him by the top of the 3rd round in 12-team drafts if you wanted him on your team. That won't be the case this year, though, and his 2023 ADP reflects that. Currently in underdog best ball drafts, Javonte is being drafted in the 7th round, around 90 overall. The thought process here is simple. Drafters are hoping the reduced cost will pay dividends later in the season as Williams works his way back and returns to form. There's a lot of risk in that strategy, though. Return to play does not equal an immediate return to form. Much of Javonte's offseason is going to be focused on regaining strength in his knee, and not as much on straight-up football activities. This will set him back in the short term as far as overall week-to-week game shape and readiness. One only needs to look back to a similar injury suffered by the Ravens' J.K. Dobbins in 2021 at the end of training camp. Like Javonte, Dobbins tore his ACL and LCL, causing him to miss the entire 2021 season and the first 2 weeks of the 2022 season. Dobbins was eased back into the rotation, and while he had a strong performance in Week 4, he had minimal impact in Weeks 5 and 6 before missing the Ravens' next 6 games. He bounced back nicely at the end of the season, but by and large was not a good fantasy investment in 2022. This isn't an uncommon trend. Return to form usually comes in the 2nd year following a serious injury, not the 1st year. Return to the field? Sure. The assurance that you can trust said player from a fantasy perspective? That's a whole different story. I'm a huge fan of Javonte Williams. My track record stunting for him speaks for itself. You can go check past videos on this channel if you feel so inclined. But I will not have any shares of him in 2023. The risk far outweighs the potential reward. In 2024, I'll be all in. So to that point, he's a good in-season buy low in dynasty leagues if your league mate who has Javonte becomes impatient with him. Wait for the season, though. In 2023 redraft, I can't bring myself to draft him. Seeing him work out in OTAs was a great sign. But if you think you're getting a high upside RB2 or low end RB1 at a discount in redraft leagues, you probably want to pump those brakes. I understand the appeal, given this is now a Sean Payton-led offense, and Payton's backfields with the Saints were regularly the most fantasy-friendly in the NFL year over year. So if you want a slice of the pie, grab Samaje Perine, whose ADP is 17 spots lower than Williams. Perine should get plenty of work, especially in the beginning of the season. Pass on Javonte Williams in 2023, but prepare to be all in 2024 when he's 2 years removed from the injury. We'll, of course, continue to monitor this situation over the course of the offseason, but what do you guys think? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. Till then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.